welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing this perfect peach prom look. If you'd all like to see that, then keep on watching. Alrighty, and to start off this peach perfect prom look, I am starting with the Professional Pearl Primer because I really want the staying power of the Professionals, but I really want a good glow. So, just taking some of that and priming the face. Taking it now, the Born This Way foundation. Pumping a little bit of that on the back of my hand. Taking a foundation brush, we are simply going to spray that a little bit. And go in with that. And taking the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Neutral. And we are simply just taking a beauty sponge, and we have slightly dampened that, and just blending that in place. And of course, we are just taking our Peach Perfect setting powder. And if you have not tried this, this is a wonderful powder. So, simply taking like a little angled sponge, or you can use the brush, but we are going to bake under the eye to keep that concealer in place. And just taking a large fluffy brush, we are simply going over the rest of the face, just kind of tapping that in. Taking now the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in the shade Chocolate, and just taking an angled brush here, we are going to fill in the brows. And it is always a good idea to go in light-handed at first, because you can always add more. Alrighty, now that the brows are done, I am just taking a clean fluffy brush here and just lightly wiping off any of the excess powder and baking. Going in now with the Tarte Amazonian Clay bronzer in the shade Park Avenue Princess, and we are taking that on a bronzing brush. Simply taking, once again, that little powder sponge And I am taking the e.l.f. translucent setting powder, putting a little bit of that in the lid. And just cutting it right along there. Taking now the California blush, and I love it. It is kind of like a peachy pinky shade to go today. Simply taking that on a blush brush very lightly. And I'm just taking my Exposed Highlight by Tarte, taking some of that there. And just taking a little angled brush here, going back in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay, and just lightly contouring the nose. Alrighty, once again taking that fluffy brush and lightly wiping away that baking. We have a nice clean contour right there. And now it is time to move on to the eyes. Alrighty guys, so off camera I took my Ulta eye primer in Champagne, and I am now taking my Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. Taking the shade Peach Butter, we are simply going to set our primer. Going in now with the shade Peaches and Cream. And just working that in the crease, just beginning to warm it up. Taking now the shade Just Peachy and putting that in our crease as well. Taking now the shade Fresh Picked. And I just love this palette, guys. It is amazing. It has beautiful colors. It blends very, very easy. It is good for everyday looks. It is good for special occasions, such as today. And it is just gorgeous, guys. Taking now the shade Peach Punch. And this really adds that pop of color that is subtle yet bold. Alrighty, so I am just taking my Shape Tape concealer and a larger flat brush here, taking a little bit of the concealer, and we are going to create a cut crease. Alrighty, and I am taking my MAC Fix Plus spray, just spraying a flat, smaller brush, taking the Morphe palette, the 350 Natural Glow, and I am taking this shimmery peachy one right here, and these are gorgeous, guys. Alrighty, I am just taking my NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner. And I cannot express how much I love these NYX liquid liners. They are amazing, great pigment. Everything comes out so well. Taking this little smudge liner brush here and going in with the shade Peach Punch, and we are simply running that along our bottom lash line to give it some color. And going in with the shade Freshly Picked, just focusing that a little bit more on the outer corners. Alrighty, so really quickly, I curled my lashes off camera, and I am now taking the Big Monsieur mascara. And I'm simply going to apply a second coat on the top lashes, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so now I am just taking a small fluffy brush here, going back with my Morphe 350 palette, going in with this really light shade here, and putting that underneath the brow bones just to highlight them. And going back with the Morphe palette, picking up this light peachy one, and we are simply going to put that in the inner tear ducts. Alrighty, I'm just taking my Too Faced Peach Blur Blurring Powder, naturally, for this Peach Perfect Prom look, and just using that and blending everything smoothly in. Now once again, I always do that before I put any sort of lip product on, because if you were going around here, you wouldn't want the brush to catch any of that and it'll smear and it just doesn't turn out right. So that's what I find best for myself. Alrighty, we are going to go in now with the lips. I am taking my Nevia lip butter in Raspberry Rose Kiss. Just applying a little bit of that. And I am now taking my Maybelline 745 Peach Poppy. And it is a light peach, so I am simply going to take a little bit of the melted latex, Love You Mean It, and just dotting that on. And I am now just taking my Matte Prep and Prime Fix Plus spray. We are going to let that dry and we are good. And that is it, guys. I hope you all liked this Peach Perfect Prom look. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to check out the awesome social media shout out down below. My social media links are there as well. Love you guys. Bye.